Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my donation-based New Moon and Virgo workshop. I'm super excited to be having these again. A lot of you guys expressed really missing them, so here we go. New Moon and Virgo donation-based workshop. We are starting again. I also feel like starting this again at the new moon in Virgo is actually so perfect, and I'll explain why as we go on. This new moon in Virgo has the potential to really dictate how the rest of our year is going to go. So I want you to look at it in that way, that it has a lot of power, and I'm going to explain why. There's like this slingshot energy happening. Mercury retrograde is ending the same day as this new moon in Virgo. And I feel like we've all been kind of pulled back to revisit the past a little bit, really, cut those loose ends and close the chapters that needed to be closed and really revisit these things that were maybe lingering a bit. So we may have felt like we've gone backwards a bit, but this is like a slingshot, okay? We're going backwards, we're being pulled back. You may feel that tension, that vibration happening about like you're about to launch forward. And then this new moon in Virgo is like, after we set these intentions, it's launching us into this next chapter, this new beginning. So whatever you're letting go of and whatever you're making space for, just know that that is very heavily the intention right now. Letting go of something in order to make space for something new as well. So whatever we revisited, whatever we got rid of, whatever we're like really finding closure in is making space for this whole new chapter, the whole rest of this year. And I want you to really like hold on to how powerful and impactful and important that is. So the new moon is technically happening on September 14th, but I want you to know whether you're taking this before or after, this energy is still present. This energy is very much so still effective whenever you're doing this. If you have not made a donation, go ahead and make a donation now. I've got a page with a link that has PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, any which way you choose. And just know that every donation for these workshops is greatly appreciated. And I'm so happy to be able to be here and facilitate this. Some themes with this new moon and the energy is closure, manifesting, and it is also the last new moon before the fall equinox. I think it's really symbolic that Mercury retrograde is also ending on this new moon because it's like there are things ending before we are welcoming this really powerful new chapter and manifestation and calling things in. I feel like a lot of us have been feeling it, like I was explaining earlier about like that vibration, that tension, like we're being pulled backwards and you can feel it shaking, like you're so close to launching, like you almost feel it in your bones that something is coming. You just can't see it yet. This Virgo energy is clearing things up. No more distractions or wasting time. Something that I want to, caution you about too is that Virgo energy can be very critical. So I want to advise you to stay away from being like overly self-critical at this time. It's a time to reassess and to get really clear and to be determined and to focus our energy, but it's not a time to like be really hard on ourselves and like attack ourselves or make ourselves feel really down for not being perfect, okay? Perfection is an illusion, and Virgo needs to be reminded of that. We are really trusting and knowing our path now. Even if we're not 100% clear, even if we're scared, do it. Do it anyway. We know there's a piece of us that has clarity right now that maybe we haven't had in a long time. What is meant for you is not going to miss you. And what is not meant for you is going to be exposed right now. So really pay attention and be honest with yourself now more than ever about how this is being translated and how this is being shown. It could be a little overwhelming seeing all of this and feeling all of this be released. There could be a little bit of discomfort. So just make sure that you're resting if needed. Take deep breaths. Maybe avoid like being overstimulated or too much caffeine. There's so much mental energy going on with this Virgo energy that we want to stay away from anything that's going to lead us into like anxiety. We want to stay in the excited energy. This is like a get your shit together time. That's what I feel like this Virgo new moon is. It's get your shit together, your goals, your dreams, your manifestations, all of that is supported right now. The universe just wants you to get to this point where you're like, I'm so worth it and this is what I want and I can have it, for it to just open the doors and for that path to become clear. There's a lot of the support happening right now, so know that this is the time to really step into that power of I'm worth it, I deserve it, I know that this is right for me energy, because that is supported. And again, there's this energy of like feeling it before you're seeing it. You could feel these things coming. You could feel the change. You just may not have the actual physical proof of it yet. So I want to just like turn you onto this little manifestation technique that I really like, and it's called That's For Me. So when you see the car you want to drive, sit with it and say, that's for me. When you see some divine partnership that you admire, stop and say, that's for me. And feel it and smile and envision it and know it, right? This isn't just like, that's for me. That's for me, Okay, there's a little bit of a difference here. You know, when you get paid for your work and you're super grateful, that's for me. When someone is acknowledging, you know, your hard work or acknowledging your talents, you know, that's for me. Anything that you see and hear or anything that you want and need, really just continue to affirm. That's for me. Take a moment, put your hand on your heart, feel it, envision it, know it, that's for me. I like to really encourage you guys to use manifestation techniques that are much more like into the feeling and envisioning realm, because writing things down a million times, unless you believe it, unless you feel it, really isn't going to do anything. So this is a way to just very like passively but powerfully work with the energy of manifestation and claiming something, saying that's for me. That's for me, thank you. That's for me, thank you. Taking a little piece of that energy of what you're witnessing and holding on to it really deeply. So we're going to move into our journal prompts. Get your journal out, sit with it. You can pause if you don't have it already. And just ask yourself these questions, and I want you to revisit them and sit with them as long as you need. Again, pause this video so that you can like really sit and intentionally respond. But the first journal prompt for this Virgo new moon is, what are you claiming on this new moon? Okay, what are you claiming? What are you saying? That's mine. What are you stepping into? Taking ownership of desires or decisions, like what are you claiming? And the second one is, what have you just released? So I want you to reflect a little bit over like the last month and Mercury retrograde and the time that we've had, even since the last new moon or even the last full moon, and ask yourself, what have I just released? What have you just like vowed to just be done with? And then the next one is, what breakthroughs or revelations did you receive during this retrograde? I feel like a lot of people had light bulb moments, especially with stuff they've been carrying around or stuff that they don't want to carry anymore, stuff that they don't want to involve themselves in. So what kind of revelations and breakthroughs did you have during this Mercury retrograde that really set you free and really helped you move forward in a different way? And then just a little bit of fun tying in this manifestation technique from before. What is for you? You know, when we're affirming, that's for me. What are the things that you are going to see and feel and lean into and say, that's for me? What are they? So what is for you? List it out. Envision it, feel it, kind of start the process of getting familiar with what it's like to claim that. So we're going to move into the reading portion of this collective reading for this new moon in Virgo, right? We talked about the energy of the astrology. We talked about some of the things that I was feeling already and picking up on. But now let's get some cards very intentionally for the collective, especially for those who are taking this workshop, and see what comes through. We have one so far. All right. Like I was saying earlier about the energy of Virgo being like very mental, right? We're thinking, don't think yourself to death. All right. Don't think yourself to death. Lean into the feeling a little bit more than the thinking right now, because I feel like we could be driving ourselves crazy with thoughts and trying to figure things out. Again, things are happening whether we like are thinking them or not. So we got to release control a little bit. Releasing that control is going to lead us forward with more momentum. Again, the slingshot, like this is being launched forward. This is like forward fast motion, things coming to fruition, things happening. So you don't need to think to death in order for these things to happen. It's already happening. You're already on the slingshot, you know, ready to be launched. Commitments. Some of us could be really stepping into some new romantic commitments, some new love that feels kind of perfect right now. I don't know exactly why. Again, I'm not an astrologist, even though I use these astrological events and their energy. But there's got to be something going on for a lot of us here. Ooh. Okay, this is great. Also, some of these came through in my pick a card, so I love this because it's very on the same page. Releasing attachments and conflict. I feel like we are stepping away. We're like, life doesn't need to be hard. I don't need to fight with you. I don't need to prove anything. If it's not working, if it's not flowing, I'm not forcing it. That is like a really beautiful energy to be stepping into. We're just no longer trying to make the shoe fit. We're like, get a new pair. It's fine. Get a new pair, and a pair that is, you know, valuable and comfortable and gonna last a long time. All right, we're not just like, oh, I'll get whatever. No, we're leaning into things that are good for us long term. Beautiful energy here. This kind of came out sideways, so don't be hard on yourself right now if things aren't just like rainbows and sunshine every day. we need contrast always, right? It's not always going to just be like the sun is shining and everything feels positive and amazing. 222 on my timer. Confirmation. What other cards want to come up? All right. Again, in true Virgo fashion, I feel like a lot of us are juggling a lot right now, multitasking. You could be taking on a lot of projects, but you're doing so pretty seamlessly right now. There's a lot of nurturing going on in our emotional world, healing as well, and feeling a lot more emotional stability than before, which again probably has a lot to do with the fact that we're coming out of Mercury retrograde as well. We need to be focusing a lot more on what we have currently and what is to come versus what we've lost. A lot of us have lost a lot. I'm hearing over the last year, so it's not just like this Mercury retrograde, but over the last year, a lot of us have lost quite a bit. And they're like, are you going to sit there and just cry over what has been spilled? Or are you going to look and see these full cups that you have and what you have to be grateful for, you know, what the universe has blessed you with versus the things that it's taken away for whatever reason? Because I do think that this is a slippery slope right now. I think we could fall into sadness and regret and feeling defeated if we're not looking in the right direction, forward, present. There's a message here of not holding on too tightly to material things. So some of us may be decluttering, standing very confidently in what we know is true for us. This is coming through repeatedly here as well. So whatever revelations you have, if you're clear on your path right now, or you feel clear on your path right now, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Now is not the time to doubt yourself, because whatever has been revealed to you is truth. And you know that. Again, sideways. But there's this hesitation to trust your mental clarity because we're not trusting ourselves. So we need to be trusting ourselves. There's a lot of opportunity opening up for us. A lot of us could be traveling. This is just a world of opportunity, or a world to discover, right? And that's all coming in, especially once we decide, I know what's right for me and I trust myself. Okay, let's get one more. I feel like more are gonna come out, but set the intention for one more and just see. Beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Take care of yourself, work on your projects, do things that fuel you and feed you. Stay away from things that take energy away from you, or things that you're having to force that are not flowing, right? That may be very likely what was revealed to you during this Mercury retrograde of like, what have I been forcing that's just not working? And that's not for me anymore. And even if I like want it, if it's not for me, I gotta let it go. Okay, so we're going to be stepping into the guided meditation portion of this workshop. So get comfortable, relax, get into a comfortable seat, preferably so you don't fall asleep. But if you need to lie down, if you have like back problems or you're uncomfortable, get comfy, lay down, do whatever you got to do. Take a moment, pause this, and when you feel ready, go ahead and come back to it and we will drop in. Okay, so this meditation, we're going to be really focusing on envisioning our dream life and feeling it and smiling and experiencing the joy, okay? Because that is how we're going to manifest. That's how we're going to work with this energy of new opportunities. That's how we're going to, you know, program our subconscious to knowing what is right for us instead of questioning and doubting it constantly. So go ahead and just drop in with me. Get comfortable. Take some deep breaths. Really drop into this moment. Be present. Know that you have nothing you need to do right now. Know where you need to be. Know when you need to talk to. You're just here, doing this for yourself, focusing. Make sure you close your eyes. Feel your eyes get heavy, drop your shoulders. If you're sitting down, keep a nice straight spine so you have a clear channel of energy going through you. And just being here right now is all you need. Just dropping into that. I want you to start to imagine whatever place it is that you feel the most peace. So this could be a beach, a mountaintop, this could be a forest, this could be the desert, this could be your home. And just step into an environment where you feel the most at peace, most content, and the most aligned. And just start to envision all of the details around you. Birds chirping, the waves crashing. What kind of life is around you? Animals and plants. What's happening? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? And just step into this safe space and let it hold you. And in this safe space, I want you to start playing with envisioning what it is that you're calling into your life, what it is that you know is meant for you, what it is that you desire on a soul level. Maybe it's the house you want to live in. Maybe it's the car you want to drive. Maybe it's the version of you that you know is possible for you. Envision it to a T. What does this highest version of yourself look like, feel like, smell like? Smiling, really tapping into the joy of what it feels like to have everything that you want and to be exactly who you know you are. Claiming the energy of this highest version of yourself. What do they do for work? What do they do for fun? If they have a partner, what is that partner like? What does it feel like to be loved by them? What does it feel like to live the lifestyle that you live? What does it feel like to be in your most ideal, highest self, physical form? What does it feel like to look that way? What kind of joy are you experiencing, and the fulfillment and the contentment, the gratitude, that deep, deep gratitude? And I want you to just continue this journey inward to what it feels like and what it looks like and what it smells like. And all the details of this most desired version of you and the life that this most desired version of you gets to live. Be as detailed as possible. Lean into the feeling of what it's like to be in that version of you. Receiving those things, living that life. I want you to sit with this for as long as you need. And revisit this as many times as you want to. You could do this every day before you start your day. Tap into this version of you and know that it is already in existence and it is already available to you. Give thanks and gratitude to this version of you before you step out of this. Take some breaths, bring yourself into this moment. I don't want to spend too much time integrating because I want you to stay in that emotion. So don't try to come back to reality or anything too quickly. Just sit with that feeling and know that it's already embodied within you. This highest version of you, this desired life, it's all here already. So feel it, hold it deeply in your heart. Revisit this meditation as many times as you would like. You don't have to actually rewatch the video, but just step into that space, feeling what it's like, envisioning it, tapping into the emotion, and really amplify this, especially from now until the next new moon. Really utilize this energy of envisioning and feeling. You deserve it. It's time to take up that space. It's time to claim that. It's time to really set that intention into the world. This is mine, and I know it's for me, and I don't have to do anything in order to get there, and I deserve it wholeheartedly as I am, right? So work with that energy. If you enjoyed this workshop, let me know in the comments how you enjoyed it, what you enjoyed. I'm super happy to be doing these again. I have one-on-one sessions available for psychic readings, medium readings, energy healing. I also have one-on-one spiritual mentorship. Currently, I have 2 spots available for that. Spiritual mentorship is very much so not a one-size-fits-all. It is what you need to be supported during your spiritual journey. If it's developing intuition, if it's doing deep inner healing and reflection, if it is reaching new business goals and you want somebody to hold you accountable and understand when you do meet those blocks, how we move through them. It's not just one size fit all, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. If you're curious about my other offerings, there's a link in my bio to my website where you can find all of that. Follow me on Instagram, social media, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. I'm here. I'm so grateful for this community. So thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for taking this workshop. Thank you for booking the one-on-one sessions. I'm so here for it and so grateful for this community. So happy new moon in Virgo. And I really hope that this one moves you forward in the way that you desire. And I know that it will with these tools. So thank you. I love you. And I will see you soon.